parasites are able to thrive in our body and grow and multiply, it's because there's a weakness in our bodies, right? So that weakness is what my goal is to address that weakness, to create a better balance in our bodies so that they can't just thrive. Okay, so I have 3 steps in the protocol that I do, and I think all 3 steps are super important. The first step is to open up your detox pathway, so it's like a prep, right? Like you want to prep your liver and your kidneys and your detox pathways, and just kind of open up the elimination pathways so that when you do step 2, which is eliminating the parasites and doing antiparasitics, everything can flow out as quickly as possible. So you'll have some toxins, you'll have some metals, you'll have some parasites that all need to get flushed out of your body as quickly as possible. And if there's any backup or like anything's blocked in those elimination pathways, then it's not going to get out very quickly and it's going to make you feel sick. So you might get a headache, you might feel nauseous, you might get flu-like symptoms. That's what we call a Herxheimer reaction. So step 1 is basically to do as best you can to prevent a Herxheimer reaction, to prevent sickness, to prevent illness and symptoms, okay? You want this to be as comfortable as possible, as successful and safe as possible, right? So step 1, super important, okay? Step 2 is the actual cleanse. That's what most people just jump to, is step 2. Like, let's just jump in and do antiparasitics and kill all the worms, right? But if you don't do that first step, step 2 is not going to be very fun, okay? Because you're just not going to feel very good, okay? So we're just trying to make this as comfortable as possible, right? Who doesn't want that, right? Step 1 is important. Step 2 is important. That's the antiparasitics. That's the actual killing of the parasites. Step 3, I think, is the most important, okay? I call it maintenance or replenishment. So it might not sound like it's that important, but it's so important, okay? And so that goes back to what I was talking about, where you need to change the environment of your body and the balance of your body so that the worms don't just grow right back. And when I say worms, I mean parasites aren't always worms. They can be microscopic. They can be cellular. They can be flukes, which are like these fat things, okay? They can be quite a few different things, not necessarily just these long worms that you see sometimes. But basically, they're there for a reason, because our bodies have become weakened. Our immune system is lower. So we just need to strengthen our bodies, which weakens the parasites, makes our bodies less hospitable to them. You don't want to be a good parasite host, right? So you want to make your body less of a parasite host, basically. The stronger you are, the weaker they are. So that's what step 3 does. It strengthens your immunity. It replenishes your microbiome. It continues to release parasites. There's some spices in there that are also antiparasitic that help you to continue to release parasites. Because you might think, okay, I'm going to do a parasite cleanse one time and then I'm good forever. Nope, that's not how it works, right? Like, you probably won't get them all, but you'll put a dent in it and it will help you, right? And if you do step 3 to replenish your microbiome, it's like a cycle, right? Like, just like sickness is a cycle. Like, it's like a snowball. Like, it's going to go like this, and you're going to keep getting more and more symptoms and feel worse and worse and think, gosh, I'm the unluckiest person alive because I have so many different problems, but you don't realize that they're all related and they all have a common root. So if you start getting to that root, strengthening your immunity, removing parasites, replenishing your microbiome, then that snowball starts coming back this way and getting smaller and smaller. So it's a cycle either way. It's either a cycle of illness or a cycle of health, right? And you just have to figure out how to reverse it so that you're going the right direction, right? Okay, let me